Being and Living the Love You Are, Class 9, Integration and Ascension. Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar. In this class, we will use 4 principles of success to guide us with the next steps of living in a new paradigm of mutuality on our journey. The principles of success. So, how are we to move forward when changes seem to be accelerating everywhere on the planet? How are we to be successful in living our purpose and furthering our mission in the face of our own doubt and confusion? How do we know we are in the right place, taking the right steps? Jeshua, in Love Without End, gives us 4 simple and powerful guidelines for success and using our creative power for staying on course. You were created in the likeness of God to extend your creative power into all the dimensions in which you dwell, seek, and create. Where you are is where your work unfolds. You are where you're meant to be. 4 principles for achieving success. The first principle is, be the love that you are. You see, when you're being the love that you are also being the child of God you are. You're being the likeness of God, present here on earth to forward the creations of your Father in whatever situations you find yourself. This causes immediate changes in your outlook and performance. The first thing that happens is that you rise above the problems facing you. This is critical to success because no problem is solved at the level on which it was created. The solution to every problem is to be found on a level that's slightly or even greatly above the conflicting perceptions. As long as you are one-to-one with a difficulty, you'll be fighting the problem rather than resolving it. When you are being the love you are, you realize that the secret of success already exists in the nature of your beingness. Solutions to problems, answers to prayers, and revelations of purpose already exist. It's your duty and challenge to make yourself available to receive them. Love commands the universe. Man resorts to control only when love is missing. Control is a very shabby substitute for command, and it is an enormously exhausting pursuit. One of the most refreshing realizations that you may have in being the love that you are is the greater feeling of restfulness. In a world obsessed with control, it's difficult to find even a moment's rest. In many ways, control is a competition for dominance of time and timing. As you command with love, you'll notice that the timing of your life will be much more consonant with your own purpose and true nature. When you command, you can rest. The second principle of success is do the right thing. Then do it consistently with momentum until you're doing one right thing after another in the process of living. Make doing the right thing the freight train of your life. Now, be clear with this. I'm not referring to judgments of right versus wrong in conformity with a backdrop of structured morality. Morality is subject to constant revision according to the changing protocol and beliefs. What you consider moral today might have been thoroughly shunned in the 17th century. Only a few decades ago in your country, it was considered wrong to dance and for women to wear slacks. Today you understand both as very enjoyable and expressive liberties. Concepts of morality are constantly in flux, which is due to the greater truth that morality is changing for the better. There is some rightness in anything that you change for the better. By doing the right thing, you are in harmony with life without having to confine yourself to some limiting formula of what others might consider to be proper behavior. The truest guideline for determining a right action is contained within the 7 principles of the heart: unity, love, life, respect, honesty, justice, and kindness. Whenever you practice those 7 principles of the heart, you are instinctively doing the right thing in any given situation. There's still another way to determine rightness. Ask these questions. What brings out the best in you? What brings out the best in a situation? What brings out the best in other people? The third principle of success is so integral to life that most people overlook it as a basis for achievement and fulfillment. Simply follow life and the living. The whole universe is built around a priority for life and the living. Therefore, you cannot afford to ignore this principle. Do not follow the dead and the dying. By this I mean, do not adapt to ways of life, structures, ideas, concepts, or businesses that are becoming ineffective and obsolete. Look for new alignments, opportunities, and understandings which refresh your life. This is a living universe where life goes on forever. To ensure this, priority has been given to the living. Newborn children entering the world are your future. If you do not honor these children and take care of them, your future will have a regrettable absence of meaning and quality. New and abundant animal and plant life is bursting upon the earth. If you do not honor this gift of life, there will be no harvest in your old age. If you serve only the dead and the dying, that's what you'll have for your company. As you follow life and the living, you will instinctively do the right thing. When you do the right thing, you are being the love that you are. Logic is inherent in this process. All of the principles flow. 1, 2, 3. Now, there's nothing left to do except to forgive those effects which did not constructively apply to your life, and then continue forgiving as an ongoing process of keeping your temple clean. Forgiveness is the fourth principle of success. One of the miracles about forgiving is that you cut away anything from the past that did not work for you. Most people are stuck with the dead and the dying because they won't forgive. People hang on to grudges as if they were sacred treasures. The tragedy of a grudge, however, is that it keeps you connected to something that did not work for you, failed you, betrayed you, or let you down. Grudges weigh upon you and distract you from focusing towards success. When you forgive, it gives you a new lease on life, as well as those you have forgiven. Instinctively, you will then be drawn towards life and the living. In responding to that impulse, you'll do the right thing instinctively. When you do the right thing, you will become more and more the love that you are. These four principles of success constitute an endless cycle of life-giving support. No matter where one enters the cycle, every other part of it is strengthened. Application of these principles can put love back in command of your life. Now let's take Class 9, Handout 1, Principles of Success, and do a little inventory on how we have already used these principles in our life and how we envision ourselves applying them in the future. What we can envision plants the seeds of future growth in our psyche. Number 1, be the love you are. A way that I have been the love that I am in the past. And B, a way that I envision myself being the love that I am in the future. 2, do the right thing. A way that I've done the right thing in the past, A, and B, a way I envision myself doing the right thing in the future. 3, follow life and the living. A way I have followed life and the living in the past, and B, a way that I envision myself following life and the living in the future. And finally, 4, forgive what has not served you in the past. A way I've forgiven what has not served me in the past, and B, a way I envision myself forgiving what does not serve me in the future. So stop the video if possible and complete this exercise.